Back in 2008, the original No More Heroes took everyone by storm and was soon hailed as a must-own mature-rated game for the Nintendo Wii. A few years and a sequel later, we get treated to an HD port of the game for the high-def consoles, and thanks to Konami, the PlayStation 3 version is now available in the West, or at least in Europe, with a US release later this year. Now the big question for this release is, of course, can the game still captivate us after all this time, and stand on its own on a console that allows for more competition when it comes to mature content? The short answer to this is yes, it most certainly can. Now for the few of you who are not in the know, let me get you up to speed with the premise of the game. You play as Travis Touchdown, an average nobody who enjoys life through his obsessions like anime, pro wrestling and of course a big dose of good old porn. Always looking for some cash, he accepted a job to take someone out. So he took up the beam katana he won through an auction site and went for the kill. This put him on the map as an assassin and puts him on rank 11. Now Travis has but one goal.
I don't care about titles or power. I just want to be number one.
The story is a blast to go through. It's just a ridiculous train ride which will put a smile on your face all the time with its witty, over-the-top dialogues, constant twists and turns, great humor and occasional tearing down of the fourth wall. Before you're able to watch a new set of entertaining cutscenes, you have to hack your way through a lot of enemies first. Luckily, combat is fun, and even though you face a lot of the same enemies throughout the game, wielding a beam katana just makes you feel like such a badass. New for us Europeans are the blood effects. As you are cutting people in half, blood and gore will spill all over the place. It really looks quite ridiculous, but satisfying at the same time. Calling this a real improvement though is entirely up to personal taste. The real highlight of the game are the ranked matches themselves. These big one-on-one duels are a lot of fun and can offer a real challenge, especially on the bitter difficulty. It also helps that each of the assassins have their own wacky personalities, which really adds flavor to all the fights.
You were saying, Sonny?
You can control Travis with the standard PS3 controller, and for the most part the controls work really well and the free camera movement is a welcome addition. For each kill you also get a little slot machine. Mashing up 3 symbols will give Travis access to a temporary dark side power-up. In the Wii version this power was activated right away. This time around you can choose when to activate the power yourself, so you can save up 1 or even more for when you really need them, and this works much better. I did experience one big control issue though, and those are the quick time events in which you are required to wiggle the analog stick from left to right. For some reason this doesn't always register correctly and there's next to no margin for error. This transforms one of the more fun boss battles into a very frustrating one, as Harvey is very liberal with the use of an instant death move that requires this action in order to escape. There is hope though, as you can also play the game using the PS move, which emulates the Wii experience pretty much exactly, eliminating this issue entirely. In between ranked matches, you'll need to earn money in order to progress by doing side jobs and smaller repetitive assassination missions. There are a few extra side jobs added to make things a bit more interesting, and the minigames themselves are fine. At least they never last long enough to really start annoying you. The bad part however is that you constantly have travel time within the open world of Center Destroy. They did put in an option to replay a failed mission, and you can instantly warp to the job you have accepted before. But there is no replay option if you have succeeded. So you still have to travel back to the job center to get it again. Which can especially be annoying if you want to get the gold medals, which, with the inclusion of trophies, people will want to do. The lack of a proper fast travel system really hurts the game. More so than before even, as the sequel eliminated this problem entirely. It also doesn't help that Travis's bike still controls like a brick on trolley wheels. Center Destroy is also a very boring place to drive through. It's barren and lifeless. There are some collectibles to be found and some shopping to be done, but it feels like game padding instead of delivering actual substance. Graphically, the game won't push the PS3 in any way, even though there is occasional slowdown, which is something you normally don't want to port over. The HD Makeover looks alright, although for PS3 standards it looks subpar. The biggest noticeable improvements lie in the character models. No More Heroes has never been about delivering a graphical masterpiece though, it's all about style here instead. And this style is still found in this version. The cel-shaded graphics, the RC transitions, the retro-looking ranking board and crazy character designs, it all helps set this series up as being one of a kind. This is also the case for the gameplay as a whole, from changing gameplay mechanics in unexpected ways to the mere act of dumping some save data onto your hard drive. No More Heroes offers a fun and unique experience. For those who have played the Wii version, however, there will be very few surprises. There are only a few new additions, most notable of which are the 5 bonus boss fights with bosses straight out of the sequel. These are all played out in the same arena though, and are a lot easier than the other bosses in the game. These are a nice bonus, but nothing to get really excited about. There is also a score attack mode in which you can hone your skills against the different bosses of the game and go for high scores on each. You also have the option to replay bosses in game as well as watch cutscenes again. A final interesting addition is the Extra Sweet mode, which you unlock after completing the game. Basically, this is just an easy setting, but changes things up by making the females in the game look, well, extra sweet. So, should you go out and buy this game? Well, I'd say if you haven't played No More Heroes yet for some odd reason, this is a no-brainer and you should indeed. It's still a fun game and offers an easy 12 to 15 hours of well-spent game time. On the other hand, if you've already been through the Wii version, this will only be a very small update and offer little new. For us Europeans, the addition of blood might be interesting, or if you feel like playing the game through again, then you can't go wrong here. However, you might want to save some cash and play through your original Wii copy again instead.